Hey everyone, welcome back to Tap Tech. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you're passionate about professional photography gear and camera tech that pushes boundaries, you're in the right place. Today we're diving into one of the most anticipated upcoming releases in the imaging world, the Nikon Z9 II. Yes, you heard that right, Nikon's next flagship is on the horizon, and if you want to stay ahead of the curve, you'll want to stick around for this full breakdown. First off, why is the Z9 II so exciting? The current Nikon Z9 set a new bar for what mirrorless can do: incredible speed, image quality, pro video features. Now, the rumors suggest that Nikon is gearing up to raise that bar even further. But before we jump into the speculative bits, let's set the stage with what we already know and then highlight what we're expecting. That way you'll know exactly what to watch for, and by the end you'll be able to decide if the Z9 II might be your next big purchase. So, what we know so far. Trusted sources indicate the Z9 II is not expected to launch in 2025, at least not officially. One insider report says Nikon is likely delaying the release until later or into the next fiscal year. That gives us a little breathing room to anticipate a fully matured product, rather than a rushed update. Good for us. Now, what are the rumors saying about the specs and features? Let's dig into what could make this camera special. One speculation suggests Nikon could bump the resolution up significantly, for example up to 61 MP, while maintaining the ultra-fast performance of the Z9. Another blog lists the possibility of a hybrid global shutter or at least a significantly faster sensor readout, enabling higher frame rates and reduced rolling shutter. For professional shooters who track sports, wildlife, or do high-speed action, this is a very big deal. Rumors say the Z9 II might be capable of 40 frames per second RAW capture, with no compromise mode. That's massive for a full-frame mirrorless body. Pre-capture RAW, i.e., the camera capturing frames slightly before you hit the shutter, is also mentioned, which means you'll catch the exact moment and not miss the peak action. Nikon has been investing heavily here. The Z9's AF performance already impressed, but for the Z9 II it's rumored that Nikon will add expanded subject detection, faster processing, maybe more focus points, improved tracking for animals, vehicles, even insects. The blog note points at more focus points, possibly entire frame coverage. Pro video features are likely a big focus. Some rumors suggest internal 8K at higher frame rates, maybe 8K 120p, improved codec options, better heat management so extended takes are feasible. For creators in premium markets, US, Europe, Japan, etc., this is important because hybrid shooters need both stills and video at top tier. For a flagship body, Nikon is expected to retain the professional form factor, built-in vertical grip, weather sealing, robust body, while potentially refining ergonomics, reducing weight slightly if materials allow, and adding modern connectivity, faster wireless, USB-C power delivery, perhaps hybrid CF Express/SD card slots. Because Nikon is reportedly not releasing in 2025 proper, we may see an announcement later this year with shipping in early next year. Rumored pricing continues to place this in the premium segment, think flagship levels. Now let me highlight why this is relevant to you, especially if you're a professional shooter, serious enthusiast, or content creator in premium markets. When Nikon makes moves, it often sets industry standards: autofocus, speed, durability. If the Z9 II delivers on these rumors, you're looking at a camera that could serve for years without feeling obsolete. That means future-proofing your investment. Let's walk through key aspects where this camera could shine and also where we should remain cautious. Because rumors are just that, rumors. If Nikon hits 40 frames per second RAW with full resolution, that's an enormous jump for action/still readers. Think sports, wildlife, events. Couple that with a fast sensor readout, minimized rolling shutter, you'd have a camera that not only captures moments but lets you choose frames with confidence. Plus pre-capture means set up the scene, pull the trigger and you already have frames from just before you did. For premium workflow, that's gold. If the Z9 II delivers higher frame rate 8K, internal RAW options, better heating/thermals, then Pro Videograp. Hers will get a tool that competes not just with still camera brands but cinema bodies. For US and other premium audiences, high-end content creation demands flexibility, quality, and speed. This camera appears aimed right at that. Combine it with Nikon's Z-mount ecosystem and you're set. We're in an era where autofocus is not just works but works flawlessly. If Nikon upgrades subject detection, animals as vehicles, etc., you'll be far less likely to miss a shot. Imagine Olympic speed athletes, fast-moving wildlife, run-and-gun video work. If the camera can nail focus and tracking every time, it changes the game. Flagships need to be reliable. They need to hold up in rain, dust, cold, handle long use, have comfortable ergonomics for vertical/horizontal shooting, have dual batteries or high capacity. If Nikon sticks to its strong tradition here, the Z9 II will be built for the long haul, perfect for serious users who travel, shoot weddings, events, expeditions. One advantage of upgrading to a camera like this is support for future lenses, firmware updates, and resale value. Premium countries' professionals often make decisions based on the lifecycle of gear. This looks like a camera that could remain top tier for many years. If rumors hold, it might also push price tiers for other brands upward, so buying early could be wise, but waiting for actual announcement might bring better value. But let's also talk about caveats and what to watch out for. Until Nikon officially announces specs, everything remains speculation. Nikon may hold back some features, or turn to incremental upgrades rather than a full leap. Big flagship bodies come with flagship costs, both purchase price and ecosystem investment, high-end lenses, cards, accessories. For premium users it's okay, but it's important to budget wisely. With high spec comes higher power consumption, potential heat issues, large files, heavy gear. Workflow and storage costs become more significant. If you're already shooting at a high level, for example using the Z9 or another flagship, you'll need to ask, does the upgrade justify cost and workflow change? Availability and regional pricing may vary massively. Shipping, taxes, tariffs in US/EU/Australia differ from other markets. For premium markets especially, factor in logistics and support. Now I want to lay out 3 key questions you should ask yourself when the Z9 II becomes available. These will help you decide if it's the right move. Question 1. What is your primary use case? If you shoot fast action, events, wildlife, professional video work, then the speed and AF improvements could be a game changer. If you're more into general photography, travel, lifestyle, the benefits may be less dramatic. Question 2. Are you ready for the supporting ecosystem and workflow? High frame rates equals large files. Raw 40 frames per second means terabytes of cards/storage. 8K or higher video means high-performance editing workstations, fast media, cooling for your gear. In premium markets this is normal, but you must be ready. Question 3. What is the total cost of ownership? Beyond the body, memory cards, batteries, lenses, support gear, maybe special cooling rigs if you shoot a lot of video. Also consider resale value and upgrade path. If you commit now, you want a camera that will remain at the top for years. Let's wrap up by projecting what I personally believe the Z9 II could mean for the market and for you. In the premium professional sphere, US, Europe, Australia, this camera could redefine what a mirrorless flagship is. It could force competitors to raise their game. For you as a shooter, this means more options, better gear, and the ability to push your creative boundaries. From a channel like TapTech, which focuses on tech-savvy users and creators, coverage of this camera should emphasize doing more than just better photos, but enabling new forms of creation, immersive 8K storytelling, run-and-gun content at high speed, hybrid workflows, still plus video. That is where the Z9 II looks like it could excel. If history holds, Nikon will also back it with firmware updates, strong service network in premium markets, and longevity. That means your investment could pay off over many years. So, when should you buy? If Nikon announces soon, maybe late 2025, and you're ready, pre-order might make sense. But if you're not under immediate pressure to upgrade, waiting for more real specs, reviews, and optimized firmware could save you risk. In conclusion, the Nikon Z9 II looks poised to be an exciting leap forward, potentially bringing unprecedented speed, autofocus, video capabilities, and professional usability. For serious creators and premium users, this is one to watch closely. If you want to stay at the cutting edge, mark your calendar, set alerts, and be ready when Nikon makes the move. Thanks for watching this breakdown on the Z9 II. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and ring the bell so you don't miss when we cover the full announcement and hands-on review. Leave a comment below. Are you planning to upgrade to the Z9 II? What features matter most to you? I'll be reading your thoughts. Until next time, this is Tap Tech. Stay curious, stay creative, and I'll see you in the next one.